Yes, because your true identity is that of Novavich Ballet's prima ballerina, Ms. Nikolina Pavlova. Ah! Wow, those eyes. Very stunning. You're right. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. A ballerina on the run. Oh, topic 2, I completely forgot about that. Wrongdoing. Okay. She is committing a crime? The case. I think there's a dog inside or something. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of a crime. The traveling case. Oh wait, it's not the traveling case. This woman is the ballerina and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right, it seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop it! Anyway, don't ship me with Mr. Sholmes. No, I'm still grieving about my boyfriend, Kazuma. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. Okay, there's a traveling case. Oh! Oh, tiara. Okay, this is very... like hidden very well. Waste paper basket. Crime. What did she glance at that's evidence of a crime? Evidence of a crime. There are bottles here. Evidence... Waste paper basket. There could be something in there. That would make sense. The tiara... She stole the tiara, didn't she? Wait, she stole the tiara if I remember correctly. In the newspaper article, the article said that the tiara was stolen. Wow, look at this dazzling tiara. I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, you think? Oh, Naruhodo-san, try it on! On me? What, me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on? Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. On the article, right?
Yes!
The proof of a crime is surely this tiara. Ah! I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novavich Ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it is an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no! Yes, you left your ballet troupe, and lovely taking the precious tiara with you. Ah! But why did she scream? In the first place. I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone, and I need the money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia? It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I will tell you everything. There's no point in hiding it now. Come, let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonably to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case even before I have ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Okay, so we need to figure out what's inside the case. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf? What? He's completely changed tack with his deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. Then there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree, that's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze. Rules for passage. Oh, no pets allowed, right? No pets allowed. Cabin door. No, it has to be this.
Yes!
Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova, inside your traveling case. We have the same movements. Is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage a pet? Oh my god, I'm so in sync with Mr. Sholmes. Possession of a prohibited animal. Deduction complete. Elementary. So clearly, you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimes by Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which couldn't have been easy. The Buria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could you really have snuck on board without being noticed? Well, I did it, didn't I? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman, and you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. It's been 2 weeks though, why didn't you sever it, I don't know, the first day you came on board? Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do I say, disgust myself so no one will recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man? I see. I put on a furred hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. Oh, that's why you screamed? I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside, my only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say, and to any of the crew. Your secret is safe with us, I assure you, but in return, you must tell us in as much detail as you can master about the events of last night. Yes, all right, I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Wasn't it something, Mr. Shom's great deduction? It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Yes, what? Observe your wrists. My... Oh. Ah, your hands are cuffed again. Oh, you uncuffed me so I could make those finger snaps and pointing and whatnot. Okay, I getcha. What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. When and why? There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Can't it, really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what this speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh, that's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking. Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. Okay, but you hesitated for a moment. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget? A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself? Yes, and the crew of the ship. They have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. Oh, you're in hiding. Wait, the crew members helped you hide? That would explain it. That everyone, like the seaman we met earlier, said this was a fine gentleman, even though the guy or this girl has like blonde long hair. He couldn't have not seen it, right? If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. It does? What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo? Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. The word conundrum? I'm not sure, but... A conundrum? What do you mean? Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Oh, yesterday? Now, that being the case, but we've been on sea for 2 weeks now. It must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. Oh. Or maybe the ballet company just swept it under the rug, so to say. However, the SS Buria stopped by no port last night. That's it, of course. So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came on board. That is not your business. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? It is how the Russian newspapers described any of my performances, or one of my. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel. Okay, lady. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist the touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. So, the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. Oh please, don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious... Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? No. Maybe an adorable little rabbit? You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Okay, don't be ridiculous. Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you'd eat your friends? I remember that. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. What? What do you mean? What do I show her? The Russian word for wardrobe? The speckled band? I don't know. Can we examine now? We can. Or so it seems like. Let me see. Don't touch! Huh? I will tell you what I know about last night, but please. You must not touch my things. How do you say? Forbid it. Oh, sorry. That's where you should be, young man. What vulgar manners you have, poking around in the young lady's private belongings. Neither shall I allow it. Hypocrite. Okay, so I cannot look around after all. Alright. So, I want to present something, maybe the diary. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote it in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m., what looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No, I don't know anything. Oh. Great, that was very useful. Oh. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Yes, what? How did she disguise herself so fast? Wow, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. Alright, I will come now. Her voice completely changed too. What? You must leave now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott. Get out! The passenger said out, or you want me to throw you out? It looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a pity. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. By the strong seaman dude. I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that. I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what that speckled band might be. We didn't manage to investigate at all. Wait, did Herlock leave already? And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door. It looks like he's wearing a crop top. That uniform is way too small for him. Kinda hot. He's slowly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Oh yes, he's completely disappeared. When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. Okay, what now? We can't do anything now. Are we? Did we read this? Yes, that's our cabin. Okay, Kazuma-sama's cabin. We've read this. Alright. I wish I could skip the dialogue, but I don't know how. Am I able to skip it? I don't even know. Oh, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga has managed to uncover any new clues. Yes, we should probably find him and ask. Ah. Detective Hosonaga? That door leads to the second-class area. It's locked, I can't open it. No, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape. Ah, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. I'm not the murderer, I thought you believed in me. I really wish we'd had a chance to look around in Miss Pavlova's cabin. What? Why you look like that? You want something? I'm just admiring your body. Maybe you want me to throw you out again, Yes, I enjoyed that. Oh, no, definitely not that. Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend winter, you understand? I understand. Okay, maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. That may be a while. I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san. Wait, did you just read my thoughts, Sato-san? What the heck? We can't go in there, so let's look for Inspector Hosonaga. It looks like they're still investigating in here. Yes, on that subject. I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed. What do you mean by unscathed? Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you. Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. Is he here somewhere? Bum, 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 ba, da, 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 da. That music is quite catchy. Can I talk to him? I can look at the shelf again. All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin, neatly arranged on a shelf. They were all over the place when we first looked around, if you remember. Oh yes, and you tidied them up, didn't you? I feel like that's a bad idea. You have to look after the ship's property, and unruly behavior in the cabins leads to damage. That might have been in evidence! But it really wasn't me who knocked them over. Well, anyway, I feel much better now. They're neatly lined up. I can't relax when things are untidy. OCD? Where did you go? Sorry, I just went to the next door cabin. Why? Who gave you permission for this? Seaman Hosonaga did. That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into a ball and throw him in cold room. He's gone back to guarding the door. I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account. He's really gone out of his way to help us. When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak at La Carnival. That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san. That's true. I thought we were solving cases in Japan, but now we're traveling to Great Britain. How crazy is that? So this ventilator joins to Miss Pavlova's cabin. Yes, that's right. And just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it. The speckled band, as he described it. Maybe it's the animal. A speckled band? Like a snake? A snake? I don't know. If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it, but she seemed as baffled as we are. Yes, I wonder if she's telling us everything though. I'm not sure. I know most people aboard would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. Oh, my skills of observation. This is where Kazuma spent his final moments writing his diary. Yeah. Faint whistling sound and then some sort of speckled band. What? Looking at his writing here on this page, it's almost impossible to believe that he's gone. Kazuma-sama left us a valuable clue in these words, I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, Naruhodo-san. We will. my... Oh, shoot. Holy moly. Ah, you're back. Inspector? What happened to you? Your face is... Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches. Made by a bear, maybe? When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fists and then toss me overboard. What? But the pummeling was over in a flash and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. Looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin. Yes, so I understand. Oh. I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I don't think he was German, though. That explains it. Shall we compare notes then? We can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it! What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door? Yes, do you know who she is? Please, what self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel? Oops, I think I upset him there. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to this case, at last. What? At least? Why? How? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Oops. Now I've definitely upset him. Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. There's one thing. I do have a small piece of new information. What? Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please. Oh? What is this new information? It's this. The Buria's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report. Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report. Kazuma-sama's. So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae, as was written in the report. His neck was broken? Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing has been found as yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see. All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left. Poor Kazuma. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. Oh my goodness. We don't even know each other and you trust me? That means so much. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Yeah, she's thinking maybe even the inspector trusts him. Why do I not trust him? Okay, let's look at the report real quick. Victim, male, Far Eastern, time of death, sometime between 1 a.m. and a little past 2 a.m. Cause of death, damage to the cervical vertebrae, resulting in instant death. The victim's neck was almost certainly broken as a result of a strong blow to the area. No obvious external injuries or traces of poison. What could the blunt object be? Do we see anything in this room? I mean, what the heck is that? That looks like some sort of chair. And what the heck is that? The pink glass splitter? Oh. So it's clear that these letters were written with the ink that was somehow spilled on the floor, and they spell the Russian word for wardrobe. It does seem to be an unambiguous pointer to you, Naruhodo-san, as you were sleeping in there. But to be truly unambiguous, it should have just spelled out my name, don't you think? Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words or word in Russian. Exactly, yes! Which begs the question of who did write it. That is weird. Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he? Yes, he seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said. Okay, shoe polish. I wonder what he meant. It's the pink glass splitter on the floor, right? It was when he was over there by the piece of broken glass, do you see? Ah, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think? Ah, yes, that must be it. Brick-colored? But how would Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. What is it, Susato-san? Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes in a very dark tan hue. Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red, then. Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him. Oh, does that mean that this mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuffed on the floor? A piece of small glass object and what looks like a scuff mark made by Kazuma's shoes. That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best, thank you. Poor Inspector, you look exhausted. Oh, no, well... I feel terrible that I failed to protect Azuki-san. It was my responsibility. As you should, he was my best friend. How did you not protect him? Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. Someone definitely poisoned him. A heavy head, that's interesting. My head's still throbbing too. And also... yeah, okay, maybe... okay, the theory is someone wanted to poison, or not poison, to put Kazuma to sleep, right? By putting some medicine into the food. But the thing is, Kazuma didn't eat the food. I did. I ate the food. Someone was targeting Kazuma and Inspector Hosonaga specifically.